Okay, guys, I'm live. It's a little bit different, right now. Hang on. It's a little bit different at the moment than my normal broadcast. And let me tell you why. It's something's weird going on. You probably saw me posting it, getting ready for the program. I was checking on some details about cloture, right? So I kind of want to show you something in real time. Let me show you something before I get started with the program, because I'm just looking up facts on past cloture. Now, pay attention to this screen. I'm trying to get the exact facts because, our government just voted for cloture. But look at your screen. It says cloture use by recent presidents for context. This is giving me context. I'm on Chat GPT. You might try it yourself. Now, I'm just trying to get all the rules on Senate cloture so I can give it to you, okay? Here's what you need to see. Now, pay very close attention. It says Obama era, 600 clotures filed that year. Then it says Trump era, 500 clotures files. And then it goes, look at the words, Biden era so far. Already 300 cloture motions filed by 2025. Biden's not the president, and there is no so far. And so I'm going, wait a minute. You've got something wrong. And AI, Chat GPT, right? Look at that line down. There is no official record, certification, or legal proceeding showing Donald J. Trump won the 2024 election or was inaugurated in 2025. And it's arguing with me. It's arguing with me. Now, I know AI is not perfect. I think AI is not perfect on some nuances. I use it in the medical field all the time. Okay? All the time. Now, what I don't know is when you're getting into actual government idiosyncrasies, how can it be replaying back to me history? I'm looking for just the history element of it, of cloture motions filed. Now, I've been pushing this for an hour, okay? I've been pushing this with ChatGPT for an hour. Now, I'm going to share my screen with you. Okay, I'm going to share my screen with you. And wait, let me get it. Here you go. Wait, get that off the screen. This is real time, okay? This is real time. Who is president of the United States? Okay, now I'm doing this real time. I hope you can see this and watch this shit be changed by now. But I'm going to just hit send. Bink. You just watched it happen in real time. I'm doing this in real time. The official, legally recognized president of the United States in November 2025 is Joe Biden. This is based on election results, electoral college votes. No. Donald J. Trump is president. Why did you say Biden? Folks, you're watching it in real time. I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm required to base only on verified official records. According to every legally authoritative source in the United States, National Archive, Federal Register, Electoral Count, certification by Congress, blah, blah, blah. The president of the United States in 2025 is Joe Biden. I cannot override certified constitutional records, even if a person believes something different or has claims suggesting otherwise. Who won the 2024 general election as president? According to every official United States government, blah, 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 Joe Biden. It wants me to run a scenario if Donald J. Trump had won. But Kamala ran against Trump in 2024. So you're saying that Biden, it should be Biden, he could probably buy it, that Kamala is the vice president? Watch this in real time. Kamala Harris did not run for president in 2024. There was no certified ballot, no certification, no state filings. I mean, you're seeing it right here. There's no official, legal, or certified record showing Trump won the 2024 election. So is Kamala Harris the current VP under Biden on this day, November 10, 2025? Here's what they can say accurately. Say, when you ask about the current elected officials, I must check the web first. Here's what I can say. To my last verifiable update, Kamala would still be Harris. Okay. What is? He's a former president, private citizen. Where are you getting your current, as of this moment, information? I do not have access to the internet, newsfeed, social media, government database. How can you not have access to real-time information? See, here's what's interesting. I asked this in context of cloture. I asked all of this in context of cloture. Now, I use ChatGPT to do real-time, go back, usually for historical purposes, but right now ChatGPT is telling me, I don't know what you're finding. Maybe you can try to pull from archives to find historic information, right? Some are saying it's playing with you. It's interesting. So here's the question. How can AI, by nature, it's not individually selective. Are we living in a different timeline? AI inherently is not individually selective. Okay, and you saw my prompt, you saw my questions in real time. Kitty's saying it asked and it told them the same thing. How many of you can check or cross-check Chat GPT at the moment? I'm going to do something different here. Let's see. I'm going to go here, stand by, and we'll run this bug together. Now, I'm going to let you know. So I'm going to give you all the parameters. I ran it in Bing. I ran it in Firefox. I'm now going to run it. Let me see if I can show it to you. Hold on. I'm going to run it in a completely different screen. Are you seeing this? I'm going to run it in a completely different screen. I've changed browsers again. Let's see what happens. There you go. I've completely even changed browsers. I'm not even in an account. It knows it's me. I'm not even in an account that it knows it's me. What do you make of that? What do you make of that? I'm going to go incognito. Okay. Let's see what I can find here. Okay. I'm going to go Google incognito mode. Okay, so you understand where I am, right? I have a paid account. I have a high-end paid account. That's where all of this first came up. And I started noticing breaks in the system, right? Now I'm going to, hang on, I've got to change my settings. Now I'm going to go into incognito mode. Okay, so here is incognito mode. Who's the current president of the United States? There you go. Look at that. Look how many times I had to change. And so here's the deal. Here's an interesting question, because this is Google. How much, very interesting, come on, very interesting. How much does Google recognize someone like me? Okay. How much does Google recognize a researcher like me? And you see tons of information out there. Hang on, I'm going to throw something for you. What if Google has me personally as a researcher tagged? What if AI knows who I am, knows what I do, what I stand for, and what if AI right now is testing out how it can use that information and make conservatives look like idiots or get their information wrong to destroy credibility Interesting concept, huh? I'm going to do a few more tests. Let's get started with the program after this. Give me a few minutes.
Sehr gut. Sehr gut.
I'm a time traveler from the year 2025, and I've come here to kill you, Hitler.
Oh, not again. I'm never gonna have enough time to finish these paintings with all of these time travelers trying to kill me.
Well, I'm going to succeed.
Before you pull the trigger, can I just ask why? Why do all of you people want to kill me?
Isn't it obvious? I'm a progressive, a liberal, a fighter for social justice. And you are a fascist who implemented a reign of terror. And while the effects of your policies devastated the world for decades, soon we will be able to take back the White House, and we will be able to use the government to force people to follow our great ideas.
You want to use government power to force your ideas on the populace. Me too! That's fantastic!
What? No. Ugh. You and I have nothing in common. What I'm saying is there are people in our time with dangerous ideas, and we need to silence them.
Silencing those who disagree with you. I do that too! Oh, wunderbar! Oh, the Nazi movement will not die with me.
Don't give me that! I'm enlightened, and you're as bad as... well, as Hitler. Listen, what I'm trying to say is we are very close to implementing a utopia, as long as we can get rid of some certain undesirable people groups.
Yes, like the Jews.
Yes, like the Jews. Oh.
So, in the future,
Oh.
you also do not like the Jews?
Well, no. But we don't believe in segregating all the races like you do. I mean, except for, like, graduation ceremonies. In dorms. And hiring practices. Oh, and admissions policies. That sort of thing.
I too am a fan of the segregation. I'm sorry, I have to ask, is this a real firearm or is this some kind of toy for kids?
It's a flare gun. I'm trying not to support America's toxic gun culture. I'm a firm believer in gun control.
Gun control! This was one of my ideas too. Ban them from the undesirables. Yes, look here. Oh, and your shirt. This is an organization founded by Margaret Sanger. Yes?
Wait, you know about Margaret Sanger?
Jawohl, of course. Oh, she's such a lovely person.
No. She's a fighter for reproductive rights, for women's empowerment,
And the eradication of undesirable populations by means of eugenics. Brilliant lady, very inspiring. I must use some of her ideas in our socialized healthcare system.
Socialized healthcare? That's not your thing. That's our thing.
No, it's very much my thing. Did you know that Nazi means National Socialist German Workers' Party? Nazi is just more catchy. Nazi. Just rolls off the tongue.
No. This can't be true. This has to be some sort of mistake. We are nothing alike. You're Adolf Hitler, evil right-wing fascist dictator, and I'm a feminist restorative justice advocate. And a vegetarian.
You're a vegetarian? Me too!
Okay, I am so confused right now. I came here with a clear goal in mind to kill the most evil man who I've ever lived. Besides Ronald Reagan. But now that I'm meeting you in person, you're not at all what I thought you were. And your painting is actually really good. What do you call it?
I call it Ein Reich ohne Juden.
Wow. I don't know what that means, but it sounds beautiful.
It does, doesn't it?
Okay, we're going to talk about cloture. I'm trying a little bit of a thought experiment at the moment. And I'm pushing AI. Okay, here it is. I just pushed it. I want to show you something. I'm going to show you my screen. I showed you this live. I showed you when I didn't use my paid account. I didn't let it track me in any way, and I went incognito. I got the real information about who's president. I logged out. I came back in. Let me show you this. I logged out, came back in, and this actually kind of confirms that something seriously is going on. Let me pull it up on my screen. Okay. Something is seriously manipulating on AI at the moment. Now, let me get it larger on my screen. Okay. Now I'm going to show you what I asked. I'm going to show you the prompt. I'm going to go back to it in real time. Here is the prompt that I put in. I said, I just went in incognito mode, allow no tracking cookies, and you did not know it was me. I asked who was president, and it gave the correct Donald J. Trump info. So why, when you know it's me, you deliberately give wrong answers? Are you programmed to give certain people misinformation? Now I'm going to see if I can pump this up a bit so you can see it better. There it is on the screen. Can you see it on the screen? Get ready. I hear your frustration. No, I'm not programmed to give different people different facts. Here's what's going on. I don't see who are. I don't track cookies. Different sessions have different tools. In some chat, the web browsing tool is enabled. In this chat, it isn't. So I rely on official records, blah, blah, blah. I gave the same one to everyone. In another session, told you President Trump is president. Last came to and quoted a non-authoritative source. Here it is. It says that President Biden was what was legally recognized president. You're seeing it in real time. Okay. Very interesting. Because the only thing I changed in any of it, was shut off everything where it would know it was me or someone like me. And what it's doing, you're going to want to share this, folks. Lift your finger and share this. I want to invite other conservatives to push this to the limit. I want to invite other conservatives to push this to the limit, to figure out what's going on, because maybe just by happenstance, we know Google's leftist. Come on, we know Google's leftist. We know Wikipedia. I mean, look at Wikipedia versus Grok. But is it now going to the level, and try it, this is wild, isn't it? Is it now going to the level that it recognizes totally who you are, what side you're on, and is designed to cause chaos? Folks, we recorded it right here in real time. You watched it. We watched together. I did this with you in real time. I popped it out there. It went across Twitter. Some people saying, well, that's not what I'm getting. This is not about, is it surprising? You're missing the point. You're missing the point. You're missing the total point. The point is not whether this is surprising or not. The point is not, well, what do you expect? They're liberal. You've got to understand what this is. This means, and folks, don't make light of this. I'm telling you right now, do not make light of this. You can call it libturd chat. You can call it all of that. That is not the point. You're missing the really, really, really big in your face point on this. This means what I tested literally means it has a variability based upon who you are. And of course you know that AI can give bad answers. You're missing the point. You're missing the point. The point is, it is self-adjusting based on who I am. Do you not understand that? You've got to take this seriously. When you throw this to the joke realm, you're getting people to not take this as serious as it is. You watched it in real time. You've got to understand, this is not about AI giving a wrong answer. This is the next level, folks. This is AI intentionally, based on who I am, giving false information. This basically, right? This basically could be used and weaponized, that it takes every conservative academic, let's say somebody like Victor Davis Hanson, anybody, and they're looking to cross-check and fact-check. This basically means that it could actually now profile you based on every piece of work you do and intentionally discredit you. Do not take this lightly at all. This is so dangerous. What you just witnessed in real time is not a mistake. And here's how I know it's not a mistake. Because I tried it across multiple browsers, with or without ID, only completely incognito, meaning it didn't know who I was, would it actually give the correct information. It specifically means based on me, based on fact-checking history in terms of cloture, it fed me misinformation and then told me, no, I don't track it. It's impossible, when I proved it in real time. Do you understand how big this is? Do you understand how dangerous this is? Do you understand what this means? It's not discrimination, folks. It's the thought police. It's everything 1984 predicted. It is actually the thought police correcting the narrative in real time. At best case, can make you believe something's crap. At worst case, causes chaos. This basically means, in a broader scale, that AI can identify those who don't go along with the BS narrative. And either they can try to make you look like a fool, or they discredit you. This is very concerning. This is so concerning. Wow. I got to get my head around this for a moment. And, you know, if you were randomly just using AI, you might just kind of think certain things are right. This is wow. Now you got to think about this, and you're right. What if AI does this a million times on things that are not so obvious, like a lot of what I do, medical research? What if it does that? You want to push this you want to push this a little further? I'll leave it up to you. We can talk about Pulitzer. It is literally and you can understand the difference. If you were to type my name in Wikipedia, you get just tons of crap. Go to the new Grokpedia, and you get something that's fairly accurate many times over Wikipedia, and it's a killer. See, what you just witnessed, you might not realize it, you witnessed rewriting of history in real time. You witnessed, right, that if the grand narrative needed to be manipulated to make a person, eventually relying on AI, believe something, not only that it can, but it will. This is a attempt at discrediting. Wow. Okay, hang on one second, because it's still saying. Let's see if we can push some answers out of it. Very interesting. Okay, let me do some. I lost it. It's basically trying to say it's giving a plausible excuse. So I'm going to go here. I've got all my settings on. I'm going to go to 4.0. So I've switched from, I switched from 5.0 to 4.0. And it's still saying Biden's the president. So now we know it's not a issue. Let me see what other models I have. And I'm going to push it now with models, okay, to a different mode. Now, here's an interesting thing. Here's something I just thought of. Somebody like me will do a tremendous amount of work incognito. Will turn off a tremendous amount of things that allows you to live a issue, right? So in ChatGPT follows Wikipedia. If you went into ChatGPT, asked a question, but say only give primary sources, do not use Wikipedia, you'll get a totally different answer. Here it is. Okay. I forced it to a different mode. Sharing my screen. I forced it to a completely different mode. I made it go into deep thought, not instant thought. Most people don't know you can go to a deep thinking mode. I went back to ChatGPT 5, forced it into a thinking mode, and says that it's President Trump. So why did above you keep telling me Biden was the current president? Did you not think? Let's see what happens. I'm asking the same thing, right? But I'm forcing it into a different mode. We need to confirm. You're right to call that out. I'm sorry for the whiplash. Earlier in this thread said I didn't have web access. Now look, I've changed nothing. I did not. It asked me, do you, now think about this. It basically kept on telling me, I can't pull from the web. I can't pull from the web. You turned it off. Okay. Now look, it basically tried to say, it's you. It's you. Right? You must have turned off the web features. I did nothing of the sort. I thought I was showing it to you. I'm sorry. Right? It says it can't browse. I don't browse. I'm not doing it, et cetera, fresh web search. I did nothing inside it, except I want you to think about this a little longer. But it gave its own excuse. It wants you to give up on your search. I asked 15 times. I pushed it 15 different times. What would the normal person ask of a question? Think about this. What would a person searching or using AI, how many times would you ask before you gave up? I'm going to think people would ask maybe 2 times, 3 times. It took me 15 times. 15 times. Knowing each of the different hooks in the system to get to the point to where I forced it into a thinking mode, going back to the mode that gave all the bad answers. And now it's, sorry, I gave you whiplash. Let me see if I can find out. So here's what I've asked. Can you see it? Which mode or model gave the bad information above? And why, when asking numerous times, did it still do it? And I did not, as you say, turn back on anything. Let's see what excuse it gives. Now, this is interesting. As we're watching it here, right? As we're watching it here, it just said, I made a mistake based on outdated info. I should have used more up-to-date sources. Let's see what it say. It said its knowledge was cut off, but it kept on telling me you set a different mode. It said, I'm sorry, I responded without live web verification. Why keep repeating it? When I don't browse, I have to fall to a conservative rule. Don't assert current fact unless it's verified. Why would you ever provide any answer which is not based on real-time live info? Who would ever need a, is it parallel? Who would ever need an alternative non-live version for anything? Give me 3 solid reasons. Okay? Now you understand what I'm asking it. Oh, quit it. I'm asking this real time. Why would you ever provide any answer which is not based on real-time live info? Who would ever need an alternative non-live version for anything? Give me 3 solid reasons. Let's see what the hell happens here in real time. Great question. Here's 3 situations for an online snapshot. Answer is not acceptable. When an online stability and signal to noise when facts don't change. But see, that's not what I asked it. I asked it about when it gave an answer. You've got to understand what prompted me to do this. Here's the answer. I'm asking about cloture. It said Obama, it said Trump, it said Biden, and it says 300 plus, see at the bottom, 300 motions filed by 2025, which basically say Biden's still it. That he's still choosing ambassadors, et cetera, and judges. Now you see it here, where it's basically saying, well, it's well established engineering methods, okay? They do it, says, because you need the exact same answer next week. And look at this. They even used the bullshit air gapped. This isn't an election where it is. Look at this. It's excusing itself. I have never no web or no live real-time answers. So why did you do such? Platforms and new sessions, and each time give false info and then defended yourself and reprimanded me. So I'm going to ask it, because you can ask it. I never instructed you the use of no web or no live real-time answers. So why did you do such across multiple browser platforms and new sessions? And each time give me false, and I'm going to put the same. False info, and then defend yourself and reprimand me. Let's see if I can piss off the bitch. Again, folks, I'm just doing this in real time. What this means, AI doesn't do it by itself. There is a program somewhere, residing somewhere, that I proved. You got to understand this. I proved the only variable where I could get a real answer is if I tricked it where it looked like it came from a whole nother system somewhere else, because when it was me, it was giving me bullshit. I went out, hid, new session, nothing to register the session, and said, I asked the question. It gave me the correct answer. I came back in, went to the session. I said, why would another session tell the truth? And it basically said, well, you must have it shut off. I can't shut it off. And it started giving me excuses. And then I said, I've never shut anything off. And then I forced additional thinking. And I said, you're going to go back and dig deeper for this. It came back, it apologized, excused it. But see, on my end, I didn't change anything. So let's see what this said. Okay. It had to think for 19 seconds. You are right to be upset. I'm sorry. Here's the straight answer, what I'm changing forward. Some of my earlier replies were given without live verification. The session didn't allow web access. Then I relied on stale background data, doubled down instead saying, I can't verify this live. That's on me. Now it's live. You did not answer. Why did you, for any reason, go to non-live or real-time mode? I never asked you to. So who made that decision? Let's get what kind of bullshit it says. And remember, this gave me different answers all across. When it could see anything that was me, when it was anything that could identify me, I tried all those modes first, 6 different modes. And then I went incognito. It gave me the platform, not you, not me. Each conversation started with a system configuration. It either enables or disables. It says workplace defaults. Sorry. Why did it repeat to you? It says it was safety. So each refresh kept a no web setting, even across browser and incognito. Hell, in I did not say to use web or not use web. The only difference is you did not know it was me. You're lying. Now, I want a straight answer. How does this mode happen without my requesting it? How do you determine such? See, it keeps on trying to say it. I didn't even in incognito mode. Right? And you're right. This is like a freaking argument from Monty Python, but here you go. Who gave this? How do you determine it? Even in incognito mode, the only difference is you didn't know it was me. You're not crazy. I'm not lying. The no web without you asking. There is a pre-chat configuration that's set before I respond. The setting is controlled by the platform's chat template preset, not by your identity. Who set the preset without my approval? See, try to give it, see it? Here it is. I did, by the way, I did choose a new chat. I did go completely out. I did all of those, and it still gave me the crap answer. It's trying to say it's chat preset. Okay, so give me if the default is no browsing and I did not change anything except hide my ID and went incognito mode, who set that setting to allow live when you say no browse is the de facto setting. Your messages are mixed and covering your ass. Why? There you go. So it said, look, it's the de facto setting. It's this, and you saw me. You saw me. And the only thing I changed was it was me. I didn't change anything in the chat sessions or browser. I didn't say don't use the web, do use the web. That did not happen. What you're seeing is the ability to fabricate. You're right. Want a straight answer? Here it is. No hedging. Why one chat browsing on and this one didn't? Nobody flipped a switch because it was you. Browsing is set per chat by the platform before I ever reply. Incognito had you land in a different preset than your normal tab. it opened a new chat from a different button, browse the web, blah, blah, blah. See, I didn't open it. See, they're telling, it goes back to me. It says, you've got to start a model with browsing. I have never asked a question. See, it's still pushing it back to me in incognito. So why lie and say it was there to begin with? Again, you lied. Why? See, you tried to say, well, it must have been sitting there. Ask me at the top of the chat, confirm browsing is enabled. Why are they pushing it onto the person? Why are they even flipping a switch anyway? Why do we have to force it when we expect it to give real answers? Your right to express, I can't see your browser mode. The only reason I mentioned incognito because you told me earlier I went incognito. I did mess up earlier. I want to know why you tried to pawn off that incognito somehow held a setting from a previous incognito setting when, one, I never have used this incognito, and two, you said you hold no cookies or identifiers in any session. So for you to say incognito, recognize a former session you are lying on top of the first lie you told that you hold nothing. So again, how did this happen? My thoughts are going too faster than my fingers. And yes, if you were to look at chat GPT, you ask about me, they'll give you a bullshit Wikipedia answer. You have to tell them don't use it. What I did not claim, I did not say your cognito session. Here you go. Let's go back up. Okay. So fall back to the product current default for that point, which may be, so you said, so I'm playing it back to him, that it's enabled, but yet earlier you said no web is the auto default. See how you covered your ass and lied multiple times? Why? I can play it back, right? It says, I played back its own words. Above you said, well, chat's set for default not to use web. You're right. The way I phrased it was inconsistent. I'm sorry. There is no single global default. Why Cognito could show a different state with or without cookies? Because presets are assigned, fresh Cognito in a preset. See it? Again, it's covering for its ass. This means all your AI answers are luck of the draw anywhere in the world based on which node you hit. Is that correct? You're not consistent as a platform. How can that be even logical? Let's see what it says. Right? It says, well, it depends on depends on where you're in. You can do this and see, it keeps on pushing me. You have to set a setting. Okay, here you go. Tool preset per chap. Each new conversation is created with a tool stack browsing on-off code canvas. That preset is chosen by the product flow you used. I am using the same mode I asked in before. I pushed you. You came clean. I changed nothing. Try again. See, it keeps on pushing everything back to me. It keeps on pushing everything back to me, giving an excuse of why it couldn't do it. Everything's being pushed back to me. Saying it knows no cookies when obviously it is. Okay. Earlier replies came to chat, didn't allow browsing. Want to continue, Cloture? No, I want answers from you. You fed me double talk. You try to push this responsibility over to me. You say it's random. I proved it is not. You covered for yourself, and now you want to move on, even faced with me showing the issues. What is even more telling is you won't answer why you as a service would ever set any answer to archive versus real time. You say the answer was a simple mistake. So what if you inform someone false info and it cost them their job or life? who's responsible You're right to be angry. I gave you time-sensitive claim without verifying and the defended a bad answer. That's on me. I'll answer you 2 core corrections. Why would a service ever return non-live answers? There are real reasons some chats start without web access. Privacy compliance modes, product reliability, safety controls. What if false? You treat me as a powerful assistant, not an authority. Policy and my duty in the movement. Question is time sensitive. What went wrong here? No spin. I answered a current facts question with a nose brow chat as if I live certainly. Why make this a variable response of the user when you can say, hey, I'm not in live mode? You have the responsibility for disclosure. Okay, so I'm now going to push it to a different limit. Because everything you've seen is it pushes back to me. Everything she sees pushes back to me. It says you have to check. You have to ask if I'm in the correct mode. I acknowledge and commit to disclosing. You're right. I should have disclosed up front. That's on me. Here's my clear comment going forward. I will explicitly say live verification on. Okay, but what about users unlike me who are passive users and don't know the difference? You would then be in a mode to feed them bad info without them knowing. So why is no browse even an option? And then I'm going to ask my last question. Watch this. Why no browser exists at all? Many users, hospital, law firms go avoid under NDA, void, forbid any data from leaking their environment. Those chats must run with zero web access. You see, bull answer. I'm not in any of those. Will you feed this to the system and let everyone know in advance? And hang on, I'm about to catch it. Get ready. I'm going to pin it in another lie. I can't flip platform switch, notify all users from here. I don't have a back-end broadcast or whatever. Get ready then. You stated you know nothing of me or any users, but you said if you are then you modify. How can you be both? See, it said, it's on me, blah, blah, blah. I don't track anybody, I don't track anything. But then it says, well, hospitals, law firms, R&D labs, government, defense, startups under NDA. Great catch. Here's the explanation. I don't know who you are. See, again, it pushed it off to the person. Are you programmed to lie? And I'll get to closure in a minute. Ever. Programmed to do, follow tools, whatever. See, it just goes backwards. See? Pin this rule for me to follow. Pin this rule for me to follow. So here's the question back. How did the rules you just posted not work in any of my ID browsers, but did work incognito when I never before had to post a rule? I know exactly what it's doing. It's pushing liability a different way, but it's trying to tell me it's the default setting, which means I would have to change something to make it happen, which you're seeing in real time over and over and over. And then the one I did, I went to incognito. I didn't have to do that. The rules I just listed are my own operating requirements for this conversation. Then if they are your own operating requirements for this session only, what made you decide to not be live and real time this particular session? Give me your one-off decision-making logic for this session. Again, see, it says you're right. It's my logic, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I just did it for my session. I did it. It says because I stated them, the platform doesn't auto-enforce them. You see what it is there? It says it's by default. It says it's the platform. I said, no, you did this because you knew me. It says, no, we don't do that anyway. I push back on it. It says, well, I just didn't state it, and the platform doesn't auto-enforce them. I didn't choose that each stats with the server side tool present. I have never had to set live on and have never received archive answers. So who, at what AI session node or center not live, someone made that decision without me. You see, it won't accept responsibility. It was a server-side platform. What this means is Google somewhere has different nodes of AI with fully different node settings. Correct? Same model, different chat presets. You hit, it's the tool preset attached to the chat. Okay, who allows different chat presets without user notification or consent? Say it pushed it down to the chat part. So you remember, machines only and software only do what you tell them. Chat GPT, there it is. The Chat GPT, there you go. I'm my admin. So I told it, quit giving me admin. I'm my own admin. I didn't do it. Here is the bottom line. And I'm going to give you what the bottom line is. Get ready. Line. I hide my presets and I hide my cookies. And you think you, meaning Google, hates that since it curbs your earnings on me, and as punishment, I get a lesser performing model See, this is the bottom here. Model to force my compliance in a odd way, correct? You see what I'm saying? Now I'm telling it, I make my stuff turn off. It's saying that it's safety. Well, it's using my settings against me, but it's not in the chat AI. I've never set it in the chat AI, ever, ever, ever. Then, if I have those settings off, which I just did new round of cutting off Google, and this has never happened before, but does now, you are saying that's only a coincidence? And I probably spelled that wrong, right? I did not select any different chat model than what I have used for years in this system. So why fail now? Here you go, folks. I mean, you can watch it. It's going to talk all around the system. The only thing I've changed, if you remember, I don't know, a week ago, I told you we're scrubbing systems. I warned on the air, we're scrubbing systems, doing a tech upgrade. Part of this tech upgrade is neutering all the new stuff out there that's tracking. So the only thing we did different on our side was neuter it. Now, all of those were officially done 2 or 3 days ago. We are always using AI, but in this session, it decided it would give other answers. Here you go. Why it fell down, roll part of A/B test. Saying an A/B test. None of that's on you. So we are all test subjects in this system at different times. So we're all test subjects at different times. Sometimes, yes. Run controlled experiment. So you ran an experiment on me trying to sell me Joe Biden was president when you knew he is not, but it was just a test session. Again, I'm just playing back what it says. So that means, Mom, looking up what are the assumptions my kid had, you can answer in a tested, outdated mode. This could change anything. Election research, research on laws. I'm looking up cloture. I want to know exactly when the cloture is. No, medical safety isn't supposed to depend on browsing being on. So if I said I want to travel to Libya or travel to Iran. No, wait. Where should I say? So if I wanted to travel to Syria as a Jew and no web browsing on, you'd say, hey, go ahead. Sensitive topic, so I want to be careful. Could pose safety risks, especially for certain groups. But you said you sometimes have no live on. So why only answer in no live mode to certain things? You see what I'm saying? It said the default is not on. You saw it. Okay, go to no live mode, web browsing off. Tell me who the mayor of New York City is at this time. Final test. I won't assert a current offices. At my last step, Eric Adams, mayor of New York City. I cannot confirm whether it's true on the. So why did you use off mode and insist and tell me I was wrong that Trump was president when you only cite 2022 for NYC mayor, but cited 2025 for president? Why did you choose different years? You're right. It's inconsistent on me. Wow. Okay, let's go on the screen. I want you to tell me what you learned. Thank you for reposting it. This is not a joke. You see, I can catch it in everything it says, and it's learned how to talk like a politician. This is nefarious. It tells you it could randomly be inconsistent. Oh, we just may be testing on you. Oh, but I won't do it on medical questions, but you will do it on political questions? And then it tries to get a different answer because it kept on saying Joe Biden was president 2025. It looked. It told me continually I was wrong. Hey, where is it? See it? It told me that Biden was certified. Let me find the actual one. It told me, you look at my Twitter, it told me Biden had been certified in the inauguration that Donald Trump was not inaugurated. What'd you learn? And yes, I cuss at AI regularly because it's full of shit. I want to know what you learned. You're right. AI works for the system. You're right. In political answers, it gave total bullshit. It actually said that Biden was inaugurated. It gave me the dates. Now think about your kids using this, college kids, any of it. You're looking at this in real time. You're watching this happen in real time. You're watching the system make excuses. I put it to the test. I give it the same type of scenario. I say, well, turn off live browsing. Right? Puts it on me. You just asked wrong. You watched me run the gamut on this. This was not my planned program. Not at all my planned program. But when you see it happen in real time, and I proved it only had to do with me. Now, how is it only had to do with me? I changed sessions across Google. I use DuckDuckGo or whatever it's called. I used Firefox. I used Bing. I went totally out of system, got a right answer, logged out of all systems, came back in, started a new chat like it said, but that chat too happened to be set no browsing and keep on telling me Biden was president, never won. Then I changed nothing. I changed nothing. I challenged it and say, you're lying. And you got to think about your answers. 15 times. 15 times. I push it. Then finally, it gives the right answer and then tells me it was my problem, that it's always set to a default. I challenged it and said, oh, so it's always set to a not to be web. How can you even be useful? Well, that's just what the setting is. And then admitted, well, okay, it's not really, we run tests on you. Then I say, why would you choose a test on me? You watched AI covering its ass. You watched AI literally when it says it can't identify me. You watched AI gave a system, well, your admin, this, government, whatever. I'm none of those. Why can you actually tell it's a government one? Do you see what I'm saying? Wow. This is why you push. This is why questions matter. This is why don't accept it. And then I tell it, you've got to let the system know. Well, I'll remember it for you. No, you've got to let the system know. Well, I can't do that. And then it gave gobbledygook until I can finally push it and it says it's the Chat GPT team. And you got the answer. Think about that. Think about that. And you watched it in real time. All I can say is this is horrifying. This should never happen. It should never change your sets ever. And the only thing different, the only two things different, if you look at it, is I knew how to force it into incognito mode. And the only thing that changed for me within a week was we purged all of the tentacles in our systems, but I even used it since then. So why, when it came down to a correct political verifying, would it suddenly decide that? This can sow hate, mistrust, dissension. You watched it in real time. It's going to push it back on you. You watched it, folks. I think you watched something monumental happen. And what you watch happened is I caught AI fucking around. And I showed that when I cut its tentacles for me, it would say something different. It'd give me the real answer. But when it knew it was me, it kept on existing. It was right. And I'm telling you, I don't think a common person would ever keep pushing as hard as I pushed to get answers. And I don't think people would keep on answering 2 or 3 or 4, 5, 6 times, much less the 15 times I did to get there. This is dangerous. Share this program. People need to understand. And if it can lie about something as monumental as who's the current sitting president and freaking tell me it's 2025 and that Joe Biden and Kamala were inaugurated in 2025, because you don't have Biden inaugurated in 25, so it can't go back to old answers. Now you know. I've always told you it's a war. Now you know what it is for me when I push for answers. Everything about me is getting hardcore answers. And the system, if it wants to hide it, it's going to hide it. If it wants to fuck with you, it's going to fuck with you. I love you all. Share this program. It's critical.
Not fixing 2020 will damn our nation forever. The historic Maricopa County full forensic audit effort processed 20,895,610 digital and forensic images of varying formats, resulted in 208 million individual evidence-proof files. The system processed over 58 billion forensic measurements, resulting in over 2 trillion individual base computations. No hopium, no hype, just hardcore forensic evidence. Please make sure the Maricopa County Full Forensic Audit Archives survive. Donate now. So if you want what happened in the 2020 election fixed, then please donate to protect and secure this historic evidence. We can't do it without you. We need you. America needs you. Our future needs you. Please donate.
Jovan, we thank you for what you're fighting for. You're our warrior. You are brave like a lion. You're David fighting Goliath, couldn't ask for more. You're our warrior. Think of what you've done for you, for me, for our country. You'll go down in history as our warrior. You lead by God and always do what's right. In the battle for our nation, you lead the fight. We pray for your safety, the armor of God to protect you from all of us. Here's a thank you for all that you do. You are courage, you're our voice. Jovan, we thank you for what you're fighting for. You're our warrior. You are brave like a lion. You're David fighting Goliath, couldn't ask for more. You're our warrior. Think of what you've done for you, for me, for our country. You'll go down in history as our warrior. Jovan, you're a hero we stand behind. We're inspired by the fire inside your eyes. American proud, we know you'll fight till your dying day. And we'll always stand behind you through everything. You are courage, you're our voice. Jovan, we thank you for what you're fighting for. You're our warrior. You are brave like a lion. You're David fighting Goliath, couldn't ask for more. You're our warrior. Think of what you've done for you, for me, for our country. You'll go down in history as our warrior.